Hello viewers, welcome to our TV program Faith and Astrology on Natural TV. And today I have got wonderful news for you, especially for the Aquarius, because there will be conjunction in between Jupiter and Saturn together. If Aries people if they follow the discipline, then everything will be great for them. But if they don't follow the principles and the discipline also, they are going to have troubles. They have to be very careful at the moment. And there is Untitled Chapter in Quran. There is, God says there is easiness together with the difficulties. So the Aquarius people next year, to 2020, they have to follow the disciplines and the principles very much. So how is going to be the sky next year? What is the message of the sky in 2020? So we will talk about this. Please listen to me carefully and take notes while you are listening to me. Okay, we are going to start together with Aries. There will be conjunction. There will be conjunction in between Jupiter and also Saturn on the 21st of December this year. And this is going to affect whole year in 2021 as well, because Jupiter is going to be in Aquarius all the year long, and also first time, the second time in this year, Saturn will be inside of Aquarius. What is the effect of this? What is the message of this? As I told you before, Jupiter and the Saturn are going to affect mostly Aquarius people. If they take steps carefully, if they walk carefully on their way, things will be easy and things will be better in 2021. But I request them to be careful in 2022, because 2022, in that year, Saturn will be inside of Aquarius, about 10 or 11 degrees of Aquarius. This means they're going to be affected much more than that. And on the other hand, besides, Jupiter will leave Aquarius, and the Saturn will be alone in Aquarius, and Saturn and the Aquarius brings the message. This planet warns Aquarius to be in discipline. And what about Aries? How they're going to be affected about this? And the Aries people, they're going to pay attention about their career. Some of them will want to change their career and job as well. But I recommend them to think twice, and before doing this, to get some advice from the people who have got experience about life, and then they are going to take good steps about that. The Aries should recite the names of God: Al-Basit, Vel-Fettah, Vel-Latif, Vel-Salam, Vel-Mumin, Vel-Muhaymin. When they have to do this on Saturdays, especially about 11 o'clock in the morning, this recite will be nice. And also if they give some charity to the person who is in need, then that is going to be great, because any prayer, any good wish, any good willing from the orphans, from the poor people, that is going to be great for the person who gives charity as well. So what about Taurus? Taurus, as you know, they are going to feel themselves very safe and also sound, especially in 2021, if they pay attention about the career. They have to be careful about career and also friendship as well. So I recommend them to be careful about that. And how about Gemini? Gemini, it's the horoscope of the wisdom. So they like looking at different angles. So when they change minds, people, they find them very tiring. Normally they change their mind just because of looking different angles in life. And Gemini, they are starting this year together with the education matters, and also not only education but also learning foreign language. They can take some steps about learning languages, and they may decide university education, even if they are over 30 or 40, they may want second diploma, really. And so this year is going to be a good start for Gemini, with discipline also. But I must tell them, remind them to reciting the names of God, especially Ya Basit, Vel Fettah, Vel Latif, Vel Salam, Vel Mumin, Vel Muhaymin are important. If they recite these zikr, that is going to be great for obtaining the result, really. What about Cancer? They are related to 8th house. So any Cancer who's waiting result from the courts or inheritance, they may get some result from the courts as well. And if any Cancer, if they are ill, they can recover, especially if they follow the if they eat and if they do sports, if they follow what doctor says, and that they can get recovery in 2021. But Cancer, they like thinking about the past, and this is very tiring for them. They have to be careful about that, because Satan is always coming from the backwards and always saying and trying to make them remember the past, especially the sad part of the life. And they may make themselves very sad. So if they must take refuge of Allah, any kind of approach of Satan about the past, and nostalgia, and also depression. If Satan talks about the past, he brings also depression to the Cancer especially. So they have to be careful in 2021 about that. What about Leo? Leo, they have to be careful, especially the ones who are married. They may have some problems with their spouses. So they must use a language of love and also empathy mostly. So if they don't want to get divorced, if they want to protect their family, I recommend Leo people be careful about marriage or relationship. Then especially reciting the name of Allah on Saturdays in between ikindi, asr, afternoon, just before the sun goes down, reciting Ya Basit, Vel Fettah, Vel Latif, Vel Salam, Vel Mumin, Vel Muhaymin. Together all of them will bring a nice energy, really. So I recommend Leo people to be careful about marriages and relations. Okay, what about Virgo? The Virgo should be careful about working area, friends in the office, and also their bosses. They may have some troubles with their work or friends in the office. So I recommend them to be calm, and especially they should stay away of any kind of gossips in the office. Then they can get peace in their work. This is going to be great for them, really. And also they should recite the name of God, especially sun goes down on Friday night, Friday evenings. The Ya Basit Vel Fettah Vel Latif Vel Mumin Vel Muhaymin, these names of God will be very effective, and they should give also a little charity to the any poor woman who are in need. That is going to be great, especially taking some good wish, good will from them will be nice, really. What about Libra? Libra, especially any Libra whose ascendant is Libra, also any stellium in Libra, they're going to be careful about kids and love also. They may start a new love process in their life, or the responsible of the children will be a little bit heavier in life. So especially evenings, Thursday evenings, Libra people should recite the name of God. Ya Basit, Vel Fettah, Vel Latif, Vel Salam, Jalla Jalaluhu. Also they can add Ya Mumin, Vel Muhaymin. These reciting, or these zikrs, will be very helpful about fighting against any kind of troubles like this. And Scorpio. Scorpio will be tested about their father home. They may have some problems with their parents. So I request them to be calm and also to be modest against for their family, and also parents, really. They should use a language of peace mostly. They shouldn't get angry immediately. They should be patient about their parents, really, because these I mean, in 2001 they may lose their temper very much about family and about parents, really. And I recommend them to recite the name of God, especially just a minute, Thursday Yatse prayer, evening night prayer before going to sleep. There is prayer also. That prayer, in that prayer, Ya Basit Vel Fettah Vel Latif Vel Salam Vel Hafiz Vel Mumin Vel Muhaymin Jalla Jalaluhu. This zikr is important. I recommend them to recite these names. This is going to be very helpful to keep calm and also to keep the peace in the family life, especially with the parents. And also when we look at Sagittarius, Sagittarius may have some trouble with their brothers, siblings, sisters, and I recommend them to be also gentle about their communication with them, or anyone who are good friends with them. This is also important for them, because sometimes we love our friends like our brother, like our sister, and so if they don't want any problem with them, I recommend them to have empathy and also tolerance as well. And also, if they want to pray to have better relations with with brothers, sisters, siblings. And also, the problem is about Sagittarius in 2021. If they make any project, if they want to speak about that, before they speak, they must get ready very well. If they don't do this, they're not going to make a good presentation, really. If they want to present something, they have to study very hard about that. Especially midnights are going to be good time to make good presentations for them. Especially Saturday in between 1 and 3 will be great time for them. And their zikr is Ya Basit vel Fettah vel Latif vel Selam vel Basir vel Semi vel Mumin vel Muhaymin Jalla Jalaluhu. This is going to be very helpful for the also presentation. And Capricorn, yes, they suffered a lot past 3 years. They had a lot of troubles up to now. But Capricorn should be very careful in 2021 because they will be tested about financial problems. If they don't want to meet any kind of financial problems, I recommend Capricorn people to be careful, to step very carefully about financial matters. Otherwise, they may lose money or financial income about that. So I recommend them, they should pay attention about their morning prayer. Morning prayer, Ya Samet vel Kerim vel Gani vel Rezzak, especially on Saturday mornings. This is going to be very helpful for them. What about Aquarius? Aquarius started living some difficulties in this year because this year Saturn entered Aquarius and went back to Capricorn again. Then they tested the difficult period when Saturn entered Aquarius. So I recommend Aquarius in 2021 once again to be careful about life, whole life, not only financial affairs, some other things also, health, relations, education, many things. If they follow discipline, if they follow principles, they are going to be the ones who will win. But if they don't do these things, what I warn, they will be losers, really. So I recommend them to recite just before the sunrise on Saturdays, reciting Ya Basit vel Fettah vel Latif vel Selam Jalla Jalaluhu. This is going to be great for them on Saturdays. And Pisces. Pisces are going to feel themselves a little bit uncomfortable. They're going to feel peace in their hearts difficultly. So they should ease their hearts, calling the God with the name of Salam, As-Salam. Salam means, when we translate into English, that is peace. Peace, and Islam means Islam means the responsibility which brings peace. Muslim means a person who believes in peace, who brings peace, and who feels peace in the heart normally. Because Salam is the name of God. Islam means responsibility which brings peace. Muslim, anyone who believes in Islam, who feels peace in the heart, who gives peace as well. So any kind of Muslim cannot be terrorist, cannot give trouble to others. This is a very important point. Some countries are trying to show Islam as a terrorist religion. No, Islam is not a terrorist religion. Islam is the religion of peace. This is the point. There are a lot of terrorists in the world, not only Muslims, also Christians, also some other terrorists from different kind of ideologies. And this is the point. So we cannot call people as Muslim terrorists or Christian terrorists. This is wrong, really. This brings Islamophobia to the other countries. Some countries like this very much, and they support this kind of ideology, really. This is another point. They always do this. Okay, in 2021, corona virus can end, because when Jupiter and also Saturn are united when they have got conjunction in 21st of December this year. We can have wonderful news about the vaccination. And some countries, especially the countries who created this sickness, I believe they had already the vaccination, but inshallah Turkey will invent very soon vaccination. And I believe our country, Turkey, as soon as Turkey invents this vaccination, can give some other poor countries easily, can deliver. Today I will talk about Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, who died on 10th of November in 1938. Mustafa Kemal Atatürk is the founder of modern Turkey. He was born in Greece a long time ago, 1881. According to the rectifications in astrology, I defined his birth time and the birth date as 22nd of January. And he is Aquarius. He has the great brain. He was a very wise person. He believed in process. In every level, he programmed everything, and our country was established by him 29th of October in 1923. Modern Turkey, yes, was founded by him. And he did a lot of things in Turkey, not only changing alphabet into the Latin alphabet, but also some other things. Some people don't know, but he made a math book in Turkish language. He rewrote mathematics books about a rectangle and a triangle. This kind of words were in Arabic long time ago. He found the correct translations and rewrote the book again. This is his Da Vinci side, because Da Vinci, as I told you in our programs, previous programs, I explained Da Vinci read the books which were sent by Akşemseddin from Istanbul. All the Roman Constantinople, Istanbul books were sent to Vatican, and Da Vinci read all those books secretly. Normally, it was forbidden to read those books. And Da Vinci is the person who started reforms and the Renaissance in Europe. So, the same thing exactly was done by Mustafa Kemal Atatürk in Turkey and Islamic world, really. Because he brought thinking again. And also he requested Turkish Religious Affairs Ministry to translate Quran in Turkish language. Turks converted to Islam Anno Domini 751 after the war of Talas in the Central Asia. We Turks accepted Islam after that war because Turks supported Arabs against the Chinese. So after this war, Turks converted to Islam, but without reading Quran. They didn't know a lot about Quran. And the relations in between Turks and Arabs involved those days, and big amount of Muslims in Central Asia, Turks, converted to Islam. And since then, Turks have been serving for Islam, not only Central Asia, but also Anatolia, and in the world as well. Atatürk, when he translated, when he made Quran translated it was translated by the Turkish Religious Affairs establishment. Elmalılı Hamdi Yazır, who was the translator of Quran, the Turks started understanding Quran exactly what it is saying. Generally, big majority in the world, Muslims, they read Quran without understanding. In fact, it is really important to learn what Allah says and from us. And when we look at the words of Atatürk and some Quran verses, they are very parallel about the wisdom as well. Allah says in Quran, any nations, any people who don't use their brain, who don't use their wisdom, they're going to leave troubles. Today, unfortunately, our ummah, Islamic ummah, nearly 2 billion people. But when we look at the education level, is very low. Only 2 years each person, really. This is really very low for our ummah. So we have to increase education level in our ummah, then they're going to improve themselves exactly. Atatürk, he knew this. That is why he said, if my words and the wisdom are contradicted, choose the wisdom, not my words, he said. So this is a very important point, really. And so the Turks, after reading Quran, they understood what Islam is, and they improved themselves in many areas. Atatürk, he was not only a politician, he was also a soldier, a very clever soldier. He fought in Çanakkale Dardanelles, and he knew exactly what kind of country Turkey should be. And especially when his assistant, while he was crying, seeing the invaders, British soldiers in Istanbul, he said, don't cry. How they came, how they come here, they will go. They will leave. Exactly what Atatürk said about that, and it happened. And the British soldiers evacuated Istanbul in 2022. Today, Turkey is a modern country and producing a lot of things, from just a small things in industry and the cars, vessels, even drones, very high technology. Our drones are nearly #1 in the world. Still, new things are coming in Turkey. The Turkey is now will make, inshallah, in 2023, its own electric hybrid cars talk. Inshallah, our country will be much more stronger in the future, because we Turks are not selfish. We like helping other countries. We are not invaders. We are not imperialists. And also Atatürk was against imperialism, any kind of imperialism. And he sent some students to other countries to get good education. Education is the most important thing for the development of a country. Unfortunately, we lost Atatürk in 1938. 10th of November 1938, after midnight, we lost him forever. He died, but his ideology, his vision is still alive, and many Turks are following him and also his principles. So I recommend you to read and observe about Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, and you will find a lot of interesting information. Of course, they are making some gossips of any person. You will hear some negative things about Atatürk, Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, but please don't believe in them. Mostly they are created by some traditional believers. They are really wrong. And today, Turkey Turkey was in 1923 only 8 million people, and Turkey needed a lot of things. There was no industry, nothing. Half of people were ill. A lot of babies were dying. But people in Turkey, they believed in development, education. They started working very hard, learning very hard. And today we are 80 million, and we are producing a lot of things in our country. Of course, some Western countries didn't like what we have done and our developments and our factories, roads, and these kind of developments. They don't like it very much. Even if they don't like, we will do our best for our country. And inshallah, when we have good levels, then much more, we will help other countries in the world. Still, my friends like Halim, who is in Somalia, he is working in Tika and trying to help Somalian brothers and sisters. He's teaching modern agricultural techniques in there. That's all for Unknown History. Ayhan Özcimbit, Natural TV. Please stay with us and please follow our social media accounts. Goodbye. See you.